There's a common belief that needing to use IVF to conceive your baby means that you're broken. You're somehow less than other women who don't need to do IVF. What if that happens to be the biggest lie circulating the fertility world? In this video, I'm going to break the myth that needing to do IVF means that you're broken, and I'm going to show you how to reclaim your IVF journey as sacred, beautiful, and conscious. You may have done everything right. You've taken the medications perfectly. You've followed the clinic protocol exactly as suggested. You've poured countless hours into planning, executing, and experiencing your IVF journey, and unfortunately, you've come up short. The cycle has ended in a failure, and you're left wondering, what did I do wrong? I know from personal experience how isolating and medicalized IVF can feel. I absolutely did not want to conceive my son via IVF. I tried for 8 whole years naturally before I went down the IVF path. I know it can feel very desperate and lonely, particularly if it's a journey that you didn't go on willingly in the beginning. It can feel very frustrating when you've got friends who are conceiving effortlessly, and they say really silly things like, oh, I just have to look at a man and I'm pregnant. Or, we went out on our holiday and we took one margarita at the beach and we had some sexy time and ta-da, I'm pregnant. Those kind of comments are really painful and they sting deeply when you are needing to use IVF to conceive. You name it, I experienced them on my journey to conceive. So I want you to know that you are not alone. There is absolutely no shame in needing to use IVF to conceive your baby. It doesn't mean that you're broken. It means that your baby has offered you a different path to conception, one that potentially looks different than the way you thought it may look. Here's why the broken narrative is false and very harmful to a woman who is on an IVF journey. IVF is a tool. It's a process. It's not the verdict on whether you conceive or not. Many women undergo IVF and they never get their baby. Some women try IVF and they conceive the first time. IVF is not a guarantee. But with the correct information and the correct alignment where science and magic unite, you can increase your chances that IVF will be successful tenfold. Your spirit baby absolutely does not see you as broken. I have done more than 4,000 one-to-one sessions with women over the years who are trying to conceive their baby. And I can absolutely guarantee you in every cell of my being that women who are conceiving via IVF, their babies have chosen it. When I was trying to conceive my son, I was on the journey for 8 years. I was very resistant to IVF. My son came to me in a dream and he said to me, I want to be conceived via IVF, and you weren't ready to hear it before now. My son chose the IVF journey and the IVF journey chose me. The journey to conceive my son via IVF was a portal of awakening. It was a catalyst and an initiation into a new version of me. And I absolutely know that this is also the case for you. We don't need to understand the judgments of others or why the conscious community in particular will have you believing that if you need to use IVF to conceive, you're somehow less conscious. I once had that belief too, embarrassingly so, and it really took for my son to come to me and say, I want to be conceived via IVF, to face the dogma that I was carrying. Needing to use IVF to conceive your baby is a gift. Sure, you may have wanted it to happen a different way, but if you find yourself on the path of needing to use IVF to conceive, you have been offered a gift. And now it's time for science and magic to unite to consciously conceive this beautiful baby. IVF doesn't mean that you've lost your spiritual connection either to yourself, your body, or your baby. In fact, it can be an initiation of consciousness like it was for myself. When I went on the IVF journey, it was such an expansion. It literally blew my mind. how many opportunities I was offered to evolve, constant layerings of evolution throughout my journey. IVF is a co-creation between you and your spirit baby. You have 3 parts or 4 parts involved. You have your physical body and your biology. You have your partner's biology, the person that's providing the sperm, whether that's a husband or a donor. You have the IVF clinic and all of their protocols. And then you have the soul coming into your physical body. This is a beautiful collaboration which is coming together. And when IVF is approached as just science, the physical biology, AMH levels, egg count, sperm, blood work, when you just factor in those things, you are missing the whole other element of energetic alignment. When you bring all those things together with conscious intention, IVF becomes a collaboration, a conscious collaboration between you, your spirit baby, and the team who are helping the baby to land into your womb. Here's what I want you to know, and something that I learned on my own journey when I pushed all the dogma to the side. IVF can be a very sacred tool, and the medicine that you're using to bring your baby to you is the divinity which will allow your baby to land in your womb. Medicine can be divine if you use conscious intention to welcome the medicine into your body with love. Hold the medicine to your heart. Thank you so much for bringing me my baby. Direct your body to release anything it no longer needs effortlessly. Use this medicine exactly how you need to, and gently and effortlessly excrete what my body does not need to grow and bring my baby to me. You are not handing your power away. You get to set the frequency. You get to choose through intention. IVF does not have to be cold, disconnected, or discombobulated. With conscious intention, you can absolutely make this an extraordinary, wonderful, and very aligned experience. Set the intention that every bit of medication that you put into your body, every appointment that you go to, every bit of blood work is a divine orchestration that is bringing your baby to you. It's the place where science and magic unite together. It is through this subtle mindset shift that you can create an effortless IVF process that feels beautiful, expansive, and very fluid. If you're ready to infuse your next IVF cycle with this kind of conscious intention, I've created a wonderful program called IVF Made Magical. It's a 1-month journey that coincides with your IVF cycle so that you can welcome the medicine in with love. You can speak to your endocrine system and get your body on board to prepare for the arrival of your spirit baby. If you'd like to do this program, I'll put a link in the description box below. Once you've set the foundation for your IVF cycle, you've prepared your physical body, you've communicated with your endocrine system, you've prepared your womb, the next step is to prepare for deeper alignment with your spirit baby and start energetically sending your energy towards the embryo that's going to be transferred back into your womb. If you would like to prepare for deeper alignment and how to have a successful embryo transfer, I'm going to share that in the next video showing on your screen.